Chillo there, H+III+T to boot that dang on time. You know, say what you want, same energy, blah, 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 blah. Cool, fine. We got that out of the way, let's go. Okay. When I first heard the idea of Kawhi Leonard coming to, and I know I'm saying his name wrong, I really don't care, but when I first heard the idea of Mr. Kawhi coming over to the New York Knicks, I laughed it out the paint. I laughed it completely out the paint because I said, that's the stupidest thing I've ever heard in my life. Why would we want that injury-prone bum over here? We don't need that, blah, 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 blah. But then I got to thinking, what are the next steps we need to take? Nothing against what Scott Perry and dang on Steve Mills are doing currently, because I think they're doing a great job. Operation 1, get rid of Carmelo. Good job, you did that in this post-Phil Jackson era. Get rid of all these Euro bums who aren't doing anything, like the Kuz and the Hernan Gomez, and get rid of Sessions and all that. Great job. But it's time to take that next step. You got rid of Jeff Hornacek. Good freaking job. That's how we go about things. But now it's time to take the next step as far as players. And you know, I've said on multiple occasions, I don't see anything wrong with the team we have right now. But there is one issue. An issue of balance and an issue of being stuck in mediocrity. The Knicks at times will take opportunities that seem foolish. They'll take opportunities that don't really make much sense, but on paper seem incredible. Well, it's time to right those wrongs. And an error, well, post-error, where we tried getting Joakim Noah and Derrick Rose, I applaud the effort. Didn't work how we thought it would, but I applaud the effort. It's time to look around the league and make that next step, because this summer we are coming up on another opportunity that we cannot let pass us by. Y'all let Kyrie go to the friggin' Celtics when he said he wanted to play for us! But okay, fine. Worked out for the greater good, it's all good. We got Trey Burke. Situation handled itself. But listen. We can't let this opportunity pass us by. You've already laughed me out the paint. You've already disliked the video. You've already talked your trash talk. But if for anyone who actually wants to hear me out, let me go on. You've got, if he wants to come over here and Pop is willing to let him go, give up Kristaps for Kawhi Leonard. Let me explain. The balance of the team is off. Now, when I say balance, I'm not trying to think of cliche buzz terms or something like that. I literally mean the balance of the team is off. Right now, there is no freaking way that Trey Burke, Tim Hardaway Jr., KP, and Cantor all start together. What kind of balance is that? What? Burke, Hardaway, KP, and Cantor on that offense starting together. This isn't 2K. This is real life. There's no way that happens. There's no way that that's allowed. Someone's got to come off the bench. Personally, I think Hardaway should. You have Hardaway come off the bench, right? Then you got Beasley and Hardaway doing their thing off the bench with O'Quinn and maybe Jack or Moutier or whoever we decide to keep. Courtney Lee playing shooting guard. All that dang old fool is just perfect. You've addressed the bench problem. Beasley and Hardaway can handle the business, right? But in the starting lineup, you still have a little bit of a clog. You've still got a little bit of conflict. That leaves you with Trey Burke, Kristaps, Porzingis, and Cantor as your main scorers. The issue with that is Cantor and Kristaps Porzingis. Now, obviously, together, they make an amazing defensive duo. And yes, I say defensive duo, because if KP doesn't get the block, Cantor's going to get the rebound. You ain't driving in on that. But offensively, it doesn't freaking work. Just like how Kristaps and Carmelo didn't work. You can't have them both posting up. One's over here, one's over here. It's horrible balance. That's why OKC ain't working. That's why we all laughed that out the paint. We said Carmelo and Paul George starting together with Russ, it doesn't work. Carmelo comes off the bench. They didn't just sneak into the playoffs. They're a much higher seed. It's factual. It's analytic. We know this. That's why the Timberwolves didn't do as amazing as we thought they were going to. That's why they're an 8th seed. That's why they were battling the Nuggets. You want to know why? The same reason why Taj Gibson starts over Jamal Crawford. There's no freaking way that Jeff Teague, Jimmy Butler, Wiggins, and Karl Anthony Towns all start together. There's no reason for that. Teague and Wiggins should be coming off the bench. For real. Jeff Teague and Wiggins should be coming off the bench. You should start either Aaron Brooks or Derrick Rose. Reason why I'm saying Derrick, because I know everyone's rolling their eyes. H+III+T, you're contradicting. Listen. Current Derrick Rose is a facilitator that just wants to pass the ball, and maybe he'll get a fast break layup every now and again. He ain't going to come down the court before everyone else is and pull up for 3 for no reason like a Jeff Teague. You don't need all that in your start. That's why it didn't work. Not the injuries. Don't try and pull that meniscus foot. No, that's why it doesn't work. Getting Aaron Brooks in that starting lineup, someone who just wants to pass the ball, doesn't really care about their offensive numbers, they just want to win. That means Jimmy Butler has room to do his foolishness, and Karl Anthony Towns has room to do his foolishness. How much friggin' scoring do you need? There's got to be a balance. There's got to be ball movement. That brings me back to the original point of this video. If you get rid of... Yes, he has to go. He can't come off the bench. He has to go. You get rid of Kristaps Porzingis, not only do you escape the never-ending terrain of mediocrity that we are strapping ourselves into, because even with a decent coach, we are a 4th through 7th seed at the best. We'll never be better than that. My bad. Let me put my phone on mute. That's very unprofessional of me. I apologize. We will never be any better than that. Let's keep it all the way a buck. So you get someone like a Kawhi Leonard, who, if healthy, before these injuries, we were arguing he's the 2nd best player in the league. So, excluding the injuries, assuming he's healthy, assuming he's happy, you get a dynamic 2-way player who's arguably, when healthy, the 2nd best player, top 5 in the league, at least. You ain't gonna argue top 5. Trey Burke, a 5-star player, and Kawhi Leonard, someone who you can build a franchise around. Kristaps is a piece, not a centerpiece. Just dwell on that for a second. He's a piece, not a centerpiece. Kawhi is a centerpiece. He's a 5-star player when healthy. So you get Trey Burke, Kawhi Leonard, and his Kenner. Trey Burke has got room to do his guardy thing, whatever. Kawhi got his room to do his forward thing or whatever. And if you want to dip it down in the post to the black hole known as Enes Kanter, you good. Whatever Kanter can't do defensively, Kawhi got you. The claw has you. If Kawhi having an off night, Kanter back hurt, give it to Burke. Kawhi get hurt, start Beasley. You need a balance. That's why the Clippers didn't work. You get all them dudes, we're saying, oh man, they got the Avengers over there. You know why it didn't work? It's too much. You need balance. Like, comment, subscribe, H+III+T. So you know the triple OG put in as much work as me. Do me a favor, point them out. I'll do an energy check on myself 100%. Because I had to really sit down and think about it. I've always laughed it out the paint because the idea of Kawhi and KP playing together is just, it's the stupidest thing I've ever heard. It doesn't make sense. Y'all really want Kawhi and KP and Kanter? Again, we got to give someone up to get Kawhi to begin with, so obviously KP is the choice if we got to let someone go. You want to know whose name I haven't thrown in there, and I'd even throw him in If they're not convinced with just KP, give them Frank. I said it. Untouchable or not, give them Frank. To get Kawhi, that's a championship. That's a championship, y'all. Let me run that starting lineup by you one time. Trey Burke. I don't know. Lee, Dotson, whoever, Baker. Pick one. Pick a guard. Who cares? Kawhi Leonard. You got a million forwards to pick from. Kyle, Hicks, whoever. Pick one. Doesn't matter. Draft one. It doesn't matter. Pick one. Kenner. Who's stopping that in the East? That's finals, man! That's freaking finals! Who's stopping that?